What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. This is going to be like reacting to that Vegan Dita part 14. And today we're going to be watching this video where she was talking to Jesus. Was it? And also, last night I had chicken nuggets and they were so delicious.
Good morning, everybody. How are you today? I decided to come over to church. Yeah, it's super early in the morning. I just threw on a sweater and I rode on my bike over here because I wanted to talk to Jesus, because everybody told me, Jesus is the way to go. Through Jesus, all good will happen. So I came to talk to him. There's only one little problem. He's stuck. Yeah,
He's so stuck. He's not real.
I said, Jesus, how's it going? Are you able to help us? And he said, I can't help you. I said, why not? He said, because I'm trapped.
Because it's not real.
They wrapped me up in gold and stuck me here and I can't even move. I'm like, oh my God, poor you. How is it? How do you feel? He said, terrible. He said, I'm supposed to be helping people and I can't move at all. I don't even
Yeah, he can't move because it's not real, guys.
know what the hell's going on in the world. I said, what do you mean you don't know? Like, because a lot of people are, especially animal rights activists have been trying to contact you and ask you for help. Because, factory farming is terrible right now. And we need help to help all these animals. He said to me, what's factory farming? I said, you don't know what factory farming is? I said, it's where they have like billions of animals trapped in cages in Holocaust-like conditions, just like what the Nazis did to the Jews. And he said, what do you mean? What? Who? I said, the Nazis, what they did to the Jews. He says, I don't know what's going on. I said, well, what do you mean you don't know what's going
He doesn't know what's going on because it's not real.
on? I said, here, take my cell phone, have a look. I'll show you some footage of what happened in World War II and how they're doing the same thing to pigs right now. They put them in gas chambers. He's like, I don't know what a gas chamber is. I'm like, oh my God.
He doesn't know the gas chambers because it's not real.
He said, well, look at me. I'm stuck here with my hands up in the air. And they wrapped me in gold. And they thought that would be a good idea. They thought that would be a good way to honor me. He said, well, I can't help anybody anymore. I said, oh my God. So what are we supposed to do then? He said,
so acting like he's real.
well, you can try and talk to God directly, or just, go in the church. Maybe the priest will be able to help you. I said, priest? Okay, I'll try it out. So I went in there and I tried to talk to the priest. And I said, hey, listen, we need a vegan world. There are billions of animals suffering, and the planet too is suffering. The earth is suffering. The carbon footprint from animal agriculture is terrible. And the priest said, oh, yeah, is it? I said, what do you mean? You don't know? They said, well, yeah, I guess we do know, but we don't know what to do about it. I said, well, are you guys all vegan in here? And he said, I don't know, how don't you have a cup of coffee and we'll talk about it? He said, would you like some milk with your coffee? I said, milk? No, I don't want cow's milk in my coffee. And he said, that's all we got. I said, but this is church. You should have vegan milks. Don't you have some soy milk and some oat milk? He said, well, they sound interesting. No, I don't have them, but should I get some? I said, of course you should get some. I said, look at this big place. You guys are supposed to be a place of worship and of love. And he said, well, yes, we are. And then a nun came along and she said, oh, I heard about this vegan thing. She said, isn't that where you don't eat animals? I said, well, that's vegetarian. You don't want to just be vegetarian. You want to be vegan. And I said to them, would you understand the difference? And the priest said, not really, actually. So I said, oh my God, well, let me start to explain to you a little bit. I said, so what happens is in the animal industries, what they do is they murder baby boy chicks at birth because they can't lay eggs, you see? And they said, what? Why would they do that? I said,
You don't realize that if they murdered every single baby boy chick that was ever born like the factories, there'll be no baby female chicks because they need the baby boy chicks in order to fertilize the eggs.
I don't know, it's absolutely horrible. I said, but that's why you guys shouldn't be eating eggs anymore. And so the nun said, oh my God, I didn't even know that. I said, exactly, most people
Subscribe.
don't know. She said, okay, I won't eat eggs anymore. And then the priest said, well, what else? What else should we know about? I said, well, did you know, they put these pigs in gas chambers at 6 months old. They're just babies. They put 200 of them on a truck and they murder them. And the priest said, what? I said, I know, most people don't even know what goes on. I said, that's what bacon is. That's what ham is. That's what sausage is. So the priest said, oof, I don't think I should be eating that anymore. I said,
No, I have ham on my bread every morning for breakfast.
oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that. I said, but what about all the other stuff? I mean, do you wear leather? He says, well, I have leather shoes. I said, well, don't do
Good.
that. Because that's the skin of an animal. It's not right to take the skin off of.
What if what if the animal died? From old age or from a disease?
An animal? And he said, yeah, you're right, that doesn't sound too nice. And so then another nun came up and started joining us, and she said,
Oh no, she's
"This
getting
sounds
a
like really
cult."
interesting conversation." She said, "You know, my sister is vegan actually, and she never really talked about it that way. She just sort of eats a bunch of plants." I said, "Well, she's probably not a real vegan because real vegans talk about the animals.
Real
being
vegans don't
is
attack
about
people like the
animals
way
and
you
protecting
do.
them." So then another nun came up and said, "Well, you got, I heard the word vegan. Don't you? Is it vegan or vegan?" And I said, "Well, people used to call it vegan, but we call it vegan." And she said, "Oh yeah, okay." And she said, "So what are we supposed to do?" So now I have like 3 nuns and I have a priest in front of me, and I said, "Well, you know, everybody should be talking about veganism in your church. You know, you should be serving plant milks and when you have potlucks, it should only be vegan stuff." And they said, "Okay, well, we could try." And I said, and listen, also don't forget that to tell your parishioners that being vegan is healthy for all stages of development. You know, you can be healthy when you're a baby and as a vegan, because we're all born vegan. And they said, what do you mean we're born vegan?" I said, "Well, when you come out of your mom, you never wanted to hurt animals, right?" They're like, "Right." So I said, "That means you're vegan. You're born vegan, and your mother's milk is vegan because it belongs to you. It doesn't belong to a cow." So then they said, "I never thought of it that way." I said, "Yeah, exactly. Would you ever go underneath a cow and just start sucking? Just like that? If you didn't have a cup?" And they all started laughing. They said, "No, I guess not." I said, "Well, exactly, right? So it doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't be drinking the milk from another species, and we shouldn't be drinking milk from, you know, because we're not babies anymore." So then this other priest came up and he started saying, "Listen, I've been hearing a little bit about what you're talking about, and I think that we should have a whole sermon about this. What we need is some vegan music. Do you have any songs?" I said, "Do I have any songs? I have tons of songs. I can come and sing with you guys." And he said, "That would be so cool. Well, how about you join the choir?" And I said, "Well, I love singing in a choir. Oh my God, that would be a dream come true. You mean you'll sing my vegan songs here? Like, we can sing about you know, changing your religion all the time?" And they said, "Well, wait, what?" And I said, "Well, you know, because I change my religion all the time. Because sometimes I'm Catholic, and you know, sometimes I think it's not so great to be Catholic. Like you guys have done some weird stuff, some of you priests, to those kids, you know, like those boys." And they said, "Well, that's not us." I said, "Well, I know, you're right." I said, "But you also have sometimes you have some strange views about the LGBTQ community. You know, we should protect them. And, you know, we should be loving to everybody." And they said, yeah, well, we personally agree with that. But you know, it's a bit touchy." I said, "Well, look, let's stick to the things that we have in common. So you agree that we shouldn't be hurting animals, right?" And they said, "Yes." I said, "So you don't want to wear leather anymore. You're not going to buy the skin of baby cows anymore. And you agree that we should start to serve only veggies, fruits, nuts, and seeds, just to only put those in our shopping cart. Do you agree? Because peace begins on our plates. So we have to open up our hearts." And they said, "That's a cool rhyme. Yeah, we agree with that." I said, "Oh my God, this is so great. All right, so when do we start?" They said, "Well, come and join the choir." I said, "Actually, I kind of write some songs, you know, so maybe we could sing some of my songs in church." And they said, "Well, yeah, absolutely." I said, "I've got one. Change your religion like you change your underwear. Change your religion, show God that you really care." And they sort of stopped me and they said, "Well, do you have any others?" I said, "Sure. Oh yeah, definitely. I have others." They said, because, you know, singing about underwear in church, they said it might not go over. I said, "Come on, people have a sense of humor, don't they?" He said, "Well, yeah, well, the nun said, 'Oh, well, I'd be fine with that.'" She's like kind of doing a little dancey thing. Anyway, to make a long story short, you know, church wasn't that bad. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. I told them about poor Jesus over here, how he's stuck and wrapped in gold, and they said, "Yeah,
He's not stuck, he's not real."
that was the old parishioners who did that. They just decided to stick him in there." I said, "Well, now he can't really help us." They said, "Well, you know, he's doing the best he can. He's you know, trying to talk to people who stop by. He's trying to tell them to be kind to animals, but he doesn't really know what's going on because he doesn't have a cell phone, and he doesn't even know really what the internet is." So I said, "Well, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go here, like not every day, but often, and I'm going to try and talk to him and tell him what's going on with the factory farms and the billions of chickens that are being harmed." I said, "Did you guys know that they crush the baby boy chicks in blenders because they can't lay eggs?" And the priest said, "What?" I said, and the nun said, "Oh my God." So yeah, I mean, you know, I told them all about it. I told them each, you know, a couple of times, because sometimes they were just like, you know, just kind of busy and getting interrupted. So I had to repeat myself a couple of times because it was one of those conversations where people come in and out. But anyway, yeah, so here's Jesus. Unfortunately, he can't really help Yo, Jesus, don't worry. I'm going to come by, okay? And I'm going to let you see my cell phone. Can you see it from here? I'll show you the screen. I'll explain to you everything that's going on. All right? Yeah, I'll show you the different footage. You can watch Dominion with me and Earthlings and Cowspiracy and Forks Over
He can't watch Dominion with you if it's not real.
Knives, all of it. All right? So, you know, we're all doing our best in the world. You guys, make sure that if you go to church, that you talk to your priests and your ministers and you tell them how important it is that we're kind to animals going forward. And I want to thank everybody from this incredible building here who was so open to me, so honest and so kind about, you know, expressing themselves and saying, you know, how they didn't know yet. So that was sort of cute. And that they say that going forward, they're going to try to be as vegan as possible. So thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Press the
don't subscribe.
Notification bell, and you're gonna see videos coming up on screen. Tap on those if you're curious. Have a look.
No, don't tap on them.
My site, and I'll see you guys all soon. Love you. Bye for now. Do 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 do.
Okay, let's go with some sorts. What's this?
No.
I killed it myself.
How long has it been dead?
It's been.
Yeah. So that's not creepy at all, Blair. Look, it's one thing you became trans. Nobody cares about that. But apparently you used to be vegan, and then somewhere along the line you decided that it was just too boring. It was just too hard to walk to the grocery store to get some tofu, beans, lentils, and rice. And now you have Roseanne Barr there, and you guys are joking about hurting this innocent baby pig who died at just 6 months old. Like what's going on?
I don't think it died at 6 months old.
Do you not see how insane it is? You're sitting there on the show talking about how you wish that you could find God. Yeah, God is running away from you, Blair. That's why you'll never find him.
No, he won't find him. He won't find him because he doesn't exist.
God. Because you're a horrible human. That's why. Yeah.
No. No.
I killed it myself.
How?
Okay, What's this?
Responding to comments tonight, and here's what you write. I love that you are vegan and stuff, but you gotta stop making videos about Call Me Chris and Sniper Wolf, because then you make all vegans look bad. Let me ask you this. If a black person says things that you don't like, do you tell that person you're making all black people look bad?
Yes.
If a woman says something and you don't like what she says, do you tell her that she's making all women look bad?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
The only bad people in this scenario are the people who are paying others to hurt animals.
No.
You don't need to eat any meat, any dairy or eggs, and you should be vegan from now on. Be good and do it. Responding to comments tonight, and here's what you write. Stop throwing yourself in a bad position and try doing things in a more kind way. Maybe people will start listening. Okay? So my response to you is that I cannot change you. I cannot make you into a good person. If you are racist towards the animals, no amount of me talking is going to make a difference.
Bro, she's just trying to give you advice. Like, she's trying to help you spread.
Responding to comments tonight, and here's what you write. Stop throwing yourself in a bad position and try doing things in a more kind way. Maybe people will start listening. Okay? So my response to you is that I cannot change you. I cannot make you into a good person.
What do you mean? Is this right trying to give you advice? It's trying to help you make your goal a
If you're
reality.
racist towards the animals, no amount of me talking is going to make a difference. I'm here to talk to and educate people who actually want to learn and who have an open heart and an open mind. My job is not to make you vegan. My job is to make you aware that you can be vegan. What you choose to do is entirely up to you.
Okay. That's also this one. No.
Responding to comments tonight, and here's what you write. I got this, but if the whole world goes vegan, some animals would die out and no longer be in the world. Not to be mean. Okay, well, maybe you don't understand how it really works. You see, people breed animals into existence by the billions. Try to picture that. Billions of animals. Chickens, cows, pigs, turkeys, lambs. These are all bred into existence by us. We force them to be pregnant by pinning them down. And then we take their babies and eat them. So no, the world would not be losing animals. In fact, we would just not be creating them to begin with. I hope you become vegan soon.
Okay, that's gonna be the end of the video. If you subscribe, and remember, if you, and guys, I have to tell you something. If you want me to react to Dominion.com, get me to 1,000 subscribers. If I get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll react to Dominion.com. Remember, 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, see you in the next video, and please subscribe.